Hey everybody, it's Edwardo. And that sound you hear is pure joy in my voice. You all came through. We finally have our first double-digit player pool in the DraftStream alpha test game. Thanks to everyone who participated, especially and including Infi. Finally, we have some Cinema Draft participation from our dev team. Thanks for joining us, Infi. And if that's Infi or LNFY, let me know. Kumar, our boy Kumar, one of our hardworking devs. You want to see who's on the team? Come check out our team page, cinemadraft.co/team. There you go, Kumar. What's good? All right, so let's jump into it. I'm not going to be able to go over everyone's call sheet because we have volume for a change. And although it means more work for me, I'm happy to see the data. But let's definitely cover some of the highlights and some of our new and returning players. First of all, and actually, before we even dive into that, I want to highlight a feature which I rolled out basically just last night. Spent all day working on it. It's a pain in the ass, but it's going to be worth it. Basically, this is what's called the perfect call sheet. And the concept behind the perfect call sheet is that by using some, semi-advanced Excel tools, of which I kind of learned on the fly yesterday, you can use a little add-in called Solver to mathematically figure out the highest possible call sheet available given the final results and scores. So as an added feature to these call sheets, I'll be adding the perfect call sheet after the runs of these games so we can all go back and study the data, figure out what patterns are emerging, and be able to create optimal game theory. And one thing I have found in going through our past 3 perfect call sheets, and I didn't hold this information, I did leak, well, not so much leak, I did refer to it in the reminder this morning. So make sure you definitely get a chance to study these if you really want to sharpen your DraftStream game. But one thing I've definitely noticed in looking at the 3 previous perfect call sheets, stop me if you're noticing a pattern here. These are all headliner heavy, and actually these are what we would call max headliner call sheets. The most of any one cast type you can have is 8 because, as you know, you must have at least 1 headliner, 1 day player, 1 co-star. Now, obviously we know we want to have headliners because headliners get you that 40% bonus on top of a day player co-star score. Now, sometimes we need to negotiate in our heads, well, how much more value is it to get a shitty co-star or a shitty headliner versus like a high-performing co-star, and maybe even vice versa. And so far, after 3 weeks, the data is in. You want to max headliner out your sheet, and this is what I'm going to call going optimal. This strategy is going optimal. You want to have 8 headliners in your call sheet, and actually no, what truly is going optimal. Look at this. And each time, see that 4 Tiger Tails, 4 of the highest performing programs of the week. Same here, 4 of The Last Dance, and also 4 of Never Have I Ever, which was the highest performing score of that week. So going optimal means having max headliner call sheet, 8 headliners, and then the co-star and the day player of the highest performing show that week. All right, so to give you an example of what that looks like in this week's sheet, let's take a look at my call sheet. I went optimal, at least what I think is optimal. Now, I mean, we are all kind of dart throwing. It's early days in this game, small sample size theater, etc., etc. But we do have some patterns that we can go against. We don't have documentaries this week, so it might be a bit of a free-for-all. But because The Reckoning has already had some IMDb user scores, we can, 6.7 is nothing to sneeze at. It's above average. I kind of put it all in line here on Reckoning. I figured sometimes those horror thriller type shows do really well with their niche. And in this game, as per the rules and the scoring, we need to lean heavily, and I do mean heavily. We need to lean heavily on our RT, Rotten Tomatoes audience score, and our IMDb user scores. We need to lean on those. So we're already off to a good start with the IMDb user score here. So in my going optimal, I decided to do a 4-pack of The Reckoning, and then I did a headliner stack of the half of it, and then did a little sampling around. Headliner from Hollywood, headliner from Betty, headliner from Trying, headliner from Upload. That was my strategy this week. Fingers crossed. And as you may be aware, we have extra action. Our boy, Ringballs 22, our guest on the podcast this week. Great guest. Thanks a lot for jumping on the program, Ringballs, and making it spicy. He's throwing out a $50 bounty. So on top of our $50 first place prize, our $50 prize pool with $35 of first place to the top 2 non-Cinema Draft employee or related players. So that means myself, I'm out. Brown Baby, Draft Mom is out. Infi is out. And Moses Cone is out. We're not eligible. We're out. So to the top 2 non-Cinema Draft affiliated players, they'll share in a $50 prize pool, $35 to first, $15 to second. But non-affiliated Ringballs 22 is putting up $50 of his own money to anyone who can keep him out the top spot. So if Ringballs doesn't deliver on becoming first, he's guaranteeing $50 to anyone who will take first this week. And since it's not affiliated with Cinema Draft, that money can go to anybody. I've already vowed on air that if I win the $50, I will roll it towards next week's prize pool, so be rooting for me. If anyone else wins it, he will PayPal you directly the winner. But bold words by Ringballs. While we're speaking of Ringballs, let's take a look at his call sheet. Let's see what our boy's working with here. And he has gone optimal. He saw what I saw. Check that out. He went optimal stack, the half of it. And let's see what that show is about. Yeah, all right, so this is the kind of coming of age. Wow, did not see that. 7.3 early results. All right, so Ringballs is off to a pretty good start with the half of it. So he went optimal stack, the half of it, headliner stack all day and night, headliner stack the Wretched, and then a headliner from Upload, and a headliner from Betty. I'm really interested to see what Betty does. We don't know too much about Betty. Hell, even their IMDb wasn't really updated until a day or so ago. Definitely seems to be into skater counterculture, debuts on HBO Friday night. So because it's so niche, it might actually over-index on the user scores being somewhat high. So we'll keep our eye on Betty as the weekend goes through. All right, so this is the man to beat right here for the extra $50. Ringballs, a.k.a. Nick Ringwald. And next up, Drew Zod's call sheet, a returning champion. Let's see what he's got here. All right, so he also looks like he's going optimal. He's got the 4-pack of Betty, the optimal stack of Betty. And you know what? And I apologize last week, Drew Zod. This is what happens when you really lean. You know what? Sometimes it happens in analysis, damn it. Sometimes you just take a stand and it blows up in your face. I kind of made fun of his call sheet a little bit because it seemed like Noah's Ark. He had 2 and 2 of everything. But he has a headliner stack here of Dangerous Lies, a headliner stack of Hollywood, a headliner from Wretched, and a headliner from Trying. And you know what? He was the winner, so what do I know? Also, he forgot to fill in his tiebreakers, and I'm telling you guys, last week the winner came down to 0.07, and seeing how, especially with our data, optimal strategy's out. Optimal strat is out. So we're probably going to start seeing some ties in the upcoming weeks as people get better and better at this game. So remember to fill out your tiebreakers, all right? I'll tell you for this week, those who have tiebreakers filled out will get preference over those who do not in case of a tie. All right. So just a reminder for that. The Hebrew Hammer, Mr. Strenger, welcome back. Longtime Cinema Draft player. And let's see what he's got going on. All right, so he's got a 3-pack of Betty. All right, so he's leaning into skatering counterculture. Our top salaried program of the weekend, Hollywood. He's got the headliner stack right there. Headliner stack of Reckoning. Actually, 3-pack of Reckoning. Excuse me. Headliner from the half of it, and a co-star from Trying. And, even though it doesn't follow optimal strat, I like this call sheet because it definitely is leaning into the exposure that Hollywood's going to get. Hollywood has been promoted fairly heavily for Netflix. It's Ryan Murphy. He's got his people who love it. Early returns, a little mediocre, but this actually comes out late tonight, midnight Pacific time, technically Friday. So we'll see once more people are exposed to it if there will be a Black AF effect. Remember how a couple weeks ago Black AF started out to something even lower than this, thinking the 3s or the 4s, and over the weekend as more people started to binge it, the rating rose throughout the weekend. So we'll definitely keep our eye on Hollywood. And The Reckoning. I just have a feeling about The Reckoning, man. It's something, the early rating is a good sign. Not nearly as good as the half of it, but I just have a feeling about The Reckoning. So we'll see if that prediction comes true. Let's see who else we take a look. All right, let's take a look at Kumar, aka Infi's initial call sheet. Thanks for doing all the great coding work, my man. All right, so he's heavy into Council of Dads. He's got a 4-pack of Council of Dads, left a lot of money on the table, and that's an interesting strategy, one that I think we'll see a little bit more of this week. Usually you want to get within 5%, 5-6%, so 5,000 or 6,000 of your salary cap, but this time it's like, nah, screw it, I'm gonna leave some money off the table. That's one way to differentiate your call sheet. Some of us who may max out our budget, if we pick wrong, one way to be contrarian and differentiate your call sheet is to leave money on the table. So he left money on the table. He's got all day and all night 2-pack, the 4-pack of Council of Dads, the headliner stack of Hollywood, and headliner stack of Betty. So not sure if you will have enough bonus points from the headliners in fee, but thank you for your call sheet. I look forward to seeing how your game theory evolves through the coming weeks. Gamble 24x7, the all-time Cinema Draft money leader. He's gone optimal as well. Optimal stack all day and all night. Headliner stack Betty, headliner stack Dangerous Lies, headliner stack Reckoning. Very strong call sheet. I don't know if this is the one to beat, but damn it, I wanted that $50. I wanted to roll it in next week. I like this call sheet. I like it a lot. Except Dangerous Lies. Well, let's see. Dangerous Lies, not off to the hottest score. It seems like a pretty run-of-the-mill Netflix movie. Otherwise, outside of that 2-pack, I like the rest of how it's set up. Hopefully some Camila Mendez fans will come through and prop it up. Left his tiebreakers unfilled. Fill your tiebreakers, guys. All right, and Otter G Studios. Welcome to the game, sir. Michael J. Cassisi Jr. First time. And he went optimal. I love it. First time in the game. My man Mike has gone optimal. Optimal stack on Trying. Headliner stack the half. Headliner stack Betty. Headliner stack all day and all night. And actually, I don't know if we have and he filled out his tiebreakers. Damn it. That's what I'm talking about. Left 11,000 on the table. Which also might be a good differentiator, especially and totally faded Hollywood. Hollywood's going to make or break us, y'all. That's all I got to say. Hollywood, I just hope those Ryan Murphy fans come out this weekend. It's over time. Ryan Murphy's last one, what was it? The Politician. And that's basically what I proposed a lot of the scoring on. It did pretty well. 12,000 ratings, 7.5 average rating. It did pretty well. So that's why it's priced up this week. Our highest salaried program this weekend. But my goodness, I like this strategy. Leaves some money on the table, differentiate his call sheet. Totally fades Hollywood, kind of the splashy release this weekend. I like your chances, Mike. Oh man, this is a great call sheet, and especially for a first-time player, great call sheet. I like it. He's gone optimal, damn it. and maybe we'll just kind of keep track of the more optimal call sheets over the weekend, see how those did, and especially this first weekend where we have no documentaries to go against. And for those new to the game, documentaries have proven to be some of the biggest money winners. Matter of fact, just look at last weekend's box office report. Now, Never Have I Ever was the highest performing show, but followed closely by the Beastie Boys story. And then the weekend before, that's right. And then the weekend before that, The Last Dance, far and away, number one. And then the second highest scoring title of the weekend was Other Music, another documentary. So without documentaries to strategize against, it'll be very interesting to see how this all shakes out with all creative content. All right, so I'm going to try to keep this... Well, I try to keep these short, but I get excited. Thanks so much for playing. We will be updating this Saturdays after 12 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday after 12 p.m. Pacific time, and then we will have the final results probably within a few hours after Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks for watching and playing, everybody, and let's see who's going to get this money. Let's see who's going to get this bounty, baby. Let's go.